Hello all and welcome back to another model railway video. Now today I'm going to be having a look at a Hornby railroad locomotive. It's an unboxing video. I've just bought it and it is an interesting one. It's a little 040 locomotive. It's a really cool colour scheme. That's one of the main reasons that I've gotten it. It's also an engine that I don't have a model of at all, of this particular type of model. And it's also got some very interesting history behind it, which I'll talk a little bit about later on. Anyway, I'll show you the engine that we're going to be taking a look at. So this is the locomotive, and it is one of Hornby's 040 tank engines. And this particular one is in the Midland and Great Northern Orange colour, and it's number 100. I saw this colour and I thought, oh yes, that's cool, I need this. And I have never bought one of these models, as I said, of this particular type of engine, so I thought, well, it's about time that I actually get one in the collection. I don't run that much railroad equipment, especially the smaller tank engines now that I've got locomotives that have got quite a bit more detail, but I do occasionally buy them because they're quite interesting, some of the versions that are available, such as this particular orange version. So yeah, I'm going to now open this locomotive up, unbox it, show you what it looks like, I'll show you what comes with it, because there's actually a little detail bag there, which I'll talk a bit more about in a moment. But yeah, we'll open it up and we'll have a close look at this little machine. Here we go. Right, let's open this machine up. Very easy to open these boxes. Got some manual in there, got a manual. Look at that. We'll start with the manual. 040 locomotives HP motor operating and maintenance instructions. Tell you what folks, I'm not going to spend much time on this because this is a very standard manual. I will show you this part though. You got your lubrication points there, but it also shows you the different bodies that fit on this chassis, as the chassis that is used on this engine is used on a lot of engines. But this just shows you how to get each one off or reattach it or detach it, where the connection points are for each engine. And there's my one up there. But yeah, that's the manual. I'm not going to spend all day looking at that. We've also got a detail pack, and I'm really pleased that this has been included. I don't know if I'm actually going to use it myself, but they've got the hoses for the front and back, and they've also got a driver and fireman. And folks, I have not seen this in years. I used to get basic models like this from Hornby, the 040 tank engines and other locos, but I haven't seen the driver and fireman included. I've seen the hoses, but not the driver and fireman. So I'm really pleased that that's in there. I don't know if these have always been included with this particular type of model, because I've never got one until now. But yeah, if that's not the case and these haven't been included for a while, it's good to see them again. But as I say, I don't know if I'm actually going to use them or not. But no, it's quite cool that they've included them. Right, and also this is the new style of packaging for the railroad locos. It's almost like an egg carton. The old ones were polystyrene, but this looks quite good. So there we are. That is really cool, that colour. Love that. Midland and Great Northern. So I'm not going to bother with the white background today. I'm just going to simply get into it and have a good look at this thing, as there's not too much detail to cover. So, we have the Midland and Great Northern print and the number 100 print on the side, and they look really nice. Nice lettering, nice and clear, looks really, really good. We've also got this little crest on the side as well, which I've never seen before. It's quite neat. It's got the blue in the middle. Don't know what it is. It almost, yeah, some sort of crest in the middle. Looks like some sort of flag or something. Not sure, but yeah, it looks really neat. You've also got lining around the water tank and the bunker, which is black with a bit of yellow around the edges. Looks really nice. Painted handrails on the front and on the sides here that lead from the boiler to the smoke box. They look really good. And other painted parts include, you've got your buffer beam, which is red, and you've got your black fitted plastic buffers. They're not sprung. Of course, your standard coupling. And yeah, that's pretty much all your painted detail. Oh, and of course you got your orange wheels as well. I don't think they are painted. I think that's the actual colour of the plastic that's been used. So I'm sure that's the same case with the main body of the loco as well. I think the smoke box and the cab roof and all the black bits, except for the running board, of course. I think that's all this colour. It's just been painted black. But yeah, so you've also got a little bit of rivet detail going on with the smoke box. You've got rivets going around the entire edge of the front. That looks really, really nice. You've also got, you can just see it here, I'm pretty sure that's where your builder's plate would have been on it. This hasn't been painted or anything, it's just a round plate. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where you would put the builder's plate. Smoke box looks really nice. You just got the simple dart and the hinges on the front. Again, you've got the buffer beam and the coupling on the front. Nice little chimney. Got your dome. I can see on the top here you've got your water caps for your tank. I can see faintly there's the boiler bands. They're not painted, they're just blending with the body. And you've got your little safety valve on the top. And you've got your firebox. You've got the plugs on there. They look really, really nice. Just basic detail. Your cab roof. I don't know why it's got these massive circular things. I don't know what their purpose is on the top of the loco, but it looks quite neat. You've got this interesting bunker. So you got right at the back here, I can see there's actually, that looks to me like that's supposed to be part of the coal load. And this has not been painted, so it looks a little bit out of place. I don't know if that's actually coal, but that's what it looks like to me. I reckon that should have been painted. That's the only thing about the model there I can see that I'm not fond of. But yeah, if they painted that, that would have been fine. They've painted this little black bit on the top of, I don't know if that's the filler for the bunker or what that is, but they painted that black as well, like the cab roof. Because it kind of continues on from the cab roof, really. And again, you've got another circular bit where that's probably another builder's plate or something on the back. And that little black bit there is the clip for where the body goes onto the chassis. And also other details that you've got the steps leading from the from the cab, and you've got the steps on the front, and they look really nice. And then leading inside the cab, you've got the handrails on the edges and the cab entryway, and there's no detail on the inside. You can just see the back of the motor, and that's pretty much all it is really in terms of detail. That's all I can really cover. I may have missed a couple of little bits and pieces, but very quick and easy to sum up. But that's what these machines are. They're not real big detailed locos. They're just made as a basic loco for people with starter sets or starting out, or simply someone who just wants to collect it, really. Because there is plenty of these to collect. But yeah, I'm now going to put the loco on the layout and give it a run, and when I put it on, I've got something interesting to tell you about this particular type of locomotive. Is because there's a bit of history to it, which I'll tell you in a minute. Anyway, I'll put it on the track and we'll give this little beastie a run. Here we go. Righty-o, so the locomotive is now down on my layout. Now, since that last bit of footage that you just saw, which was the unboxing section of the video, I actually made a very special trip somewhere to do some more filming of the locomotive and also some other examples of this engine, including one very special example, which you will soon see. So I'll cut to that bit of footage now, folks, and then you will see the locomotive return here for its full run of the layout. So hope you enjoy it. Catch you soon. Right, so I'm in a bit of a change of scene now. I've got the locomotive with me. I'm actually at Middleton Model Railway in Eketahuna, and I've got someone with me today who's going to talk a little bit about these engines, and that is Colin from Middleton Model Railway.
Oh, hi folks.
Now, Colin is the person responsible for getting this project on the go, really. He did some work in getting these models produced, and I'm going to ask Colin a few questions now of how this engine came to be. So, Colin, how did this all start out?
Well, a long time ago, in 1989 in fact, I was looking through some old model railway magazines and I spotted these plans for a loco that was built by Guskin and Nettlefolds in South Wales. And as soon as I looked at the plans, I just thought Hornby, because it just looks like a little Hornby model. And I got the chassis from one of those models and compared them with the drawings, and I realised that the mechanism would actually fit very neatly into the loco body.
Onto the body, onto the chassis.
So I wrote a letter to Hornby, New Products Committee, suggesting that they make that model. And about a month later, I got a note back from Richard Lyons saying that yes, they would definitely consider it. He thought it was an attractive model and would fit into their range.
Oh, very good.
Then basically things sat for quite a while until about 6 months later I got another letter from Richard Lyons saying they were definitely going to produce the model.
Oh, excellent.
And thanking me for putting it forwards. And then finally, when the model went into production, I got the final letter on my display from Richard, and in that letter he said they were sending the first model off the production line in thanks.
And what model is that one?
It's the red one at the top left.
So that there is the very first production model there, folks. Very, very special one. And so is that a genuine example? Is it a replica of the real thing, and it's what it would be?
It's not a bad attempt. For some strange reason, Hornby distorted the proportions a little bit. The boiler is too long, and the brake shoes are on the wrong side of the wheels. But apart from that, it's a reasonably scale model. The real locos were actually tiny. So the fact the model looks small is actually correct. It was an industrial shunter. It wasn't a mainline loco. And they built a series of these shunting locos. The first two were called King George and Queen Mary. And they were actually presented to the King and Queen on a visit to the works.
Oh, very good.
And they were finished in a very elaborate colour scheme of green. The second one is actually named King George V. I don't have a model named Queen Mary, but there was one named Queen Mary.
Oh, excellent. And I can see that you've got an extensive collection of them there, Colin.
Well, I kind of have to,
nice.
don't I?
Oh, definitely.
One of those things. Having got the thing made, which was the fulfilment of a childhood ambition, I should say, to get Hornby to make a loco for me. Yeah. And I actually managed it, although I was really very many years older at the time. And this is a selection. I believe there are a few that I don't have in the display, and I've got room for a couple more, as you can see.
And as you can see right there at the very bottom, there's the latest one, the same as my one here. So that's joined the fleet. It looks really, really good and nice. And the colours that they've actually produced, there's a really good variety. It's not all green and black. There's blue, there's red, there's yellow, even orange now. So it's
there's a Coca-Cola one which is in a set, which I haven't broken up the set to get the logo, but I'm sorely tempted.
It would look interesting running in the steam era. That one. Very good.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Colin, for that,
you're welcome.
And much appreciated for showing us this display. And we'll now move on to actually running this example on the Middleton Model Railway. Very good. This is quite a cool day, folks, is because I'm holding what is believed to be the very first ever one of these locos produced by Hornby. So I've never done that before, never held a locomotive that was the first of a production line, so it's a very, very cool moment for me. I'm quite excited about this. What a cool model, and this is what kick-started all of this off, and it's thanks to Colin that we have these locomotives, and thanks to Hornby that they actually listened and produced them. What a cool model. Very cool. Rightio, so very special moment for the trial run of my little tank engine. I think it's quite fitting really. It's going to do its trial run on Middleton Model Railway. So I've got the loco here. It's on the track. Let's give this a run. So here we go. That started off beautifully. Nice and smooth. That is not bad. An 040 running at that speed, that's really good. Look at the crawl, that's incredible. That is such a good loco, and the orange colour just looks stunning. You can see it compared to I'm pretty sure it looks like an 8F in the background. That would be an 8F behind this one, wouldn't it, Colin?
I think it is, yes. It's on the culture.
Yes, one on the coal train. That's running so well. I'll do one more slow speed run. Get it going really slow. Oop, got stuck there. What a brilliant little crawler. That's so good. Oh, very good. Anyway, folks, the next time you'll see this, it'll be back on my railway having a good run around the layout. But before we do, Colin's allowed me to actually put the very first one on and give it a run backwards and forwards. So we'll put it into life and have a look at this one going. There we go. There it goes. Woohoo. Bit quicker than my one, but it's still going pretty well. And how long do you reckon it's been since this one was last run, Colin?
Since about 1989, 1990.
Oh, really? So it's doing pretty well. There you go, folks. A locomotive that hasn't been run since the late 1980s, early 1990s. And it's just been taken out of its cabinet, and that's running pretty well. It's very, very good. Excellent. Oh, thanks again, Colin, for letting me do that. And now we'll head back over to my railway and show you my loco running on the track. Here we go. How cool was that, folks? Being able to take this locomotive to Middleton Model Railway for its trial run, and to also have the opportunity to run the very first one of these tank engines to ever come off Hornby's production line. A big thank you again to Colin from Middleton Model Railway for allowing me to do it, because originally I was just going to film the loco here and talk about the history of it here. But Colin and me got talking about it, and one thing led to another, and I teed up a time with meeting him at his railway to do the footage, and the bonus of being able to operate the very first one of these. Such a cool thing to be able to do. Very good. I'm now going to get to running this locomotive around my layout now. I'm going to run it light engine to start off with. Then I'll put some wagons in behind it, and I might possibly get something to run on the outside line. I don't have another one of these, so it'll have to be a different engine. But I'll try and pick something that suits. I'll have a look around. Anyway, we'll get to running the locomotive. Right, so far so good. The loco's running really well. Now, in terms of an engine for the outside line, I've picked an engine with the same style of chassis. This is another Railroad 040, but in BR Black. So there we go folks, the Midland and Great Northern version of this stunning little 040 tank engine by Hornby. What a brilliant little machine. I love the orange colour that it's painted in. I'm glad that Hornby have chosen to apply this livery to the loco, and also the performance, really good. Generally railroad locos, they don't run smooth at all, whereas this one does. Plus it runs at a really good slow speed. It's really good. Really pleased with the model. And I hope you've also enjoyed the little bit of history that's been featured in the video of this particular type of engine. I really enjoyed going over to the Middleton Model Railway and giving this loco its trial run over there, and to also have the opportunity to run the very first one of these that ever came off Hornby's production line. What a cool thing to be able to do. And again to Colin from Middleton Model Railway, a big thank you again for allowing me to do it. And also, if you're interested in finding out more about these little machines and how they came to be, go to Middleton Model Railway and have a look at the display for yourself, because Colin has it on display. He's got all the different examples of these that he's collected over the years on display, plus the information about how he got in contact with Hornby. And I'm sure he'll answer any questions that you may have on the fingers, because he's certainly been really good to me, and I'm sure he'll be very helpful in finding out more. Plus, have a look online. There's some very interesting photos that I've seen of the real examples of these. Just do a little bit of digging. There's a lot to be found about it, and originally I didn't know anything about this loco at all until I got talking to Colin, until I did the research. It's amazing what you can find out about these little machines. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's other interesting stories about other little 040s that Hornby have in their railroad range. And it's definitely prompted me to do a little bit more research on engines when I get them. Very good. Hope it's been enjoyable, folks. There'll definitely be more videos on the way. I may give it a break for a couple of weeks, as I do have a few projects to get on with, but you never know, I might change my mind and put another one out and see how we go. But yeah, there will definitely be more videos in the future. Oh well, folks, I hope it's been enjoyable. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.